Okay, so if you're listening to this, I'm guessing you're probably someone who works hard. You've got the ambition, you're always striving for that next level. But are you tired of feeling stuck? Like you're grinding away, putting in all the hours, but you're still hitting a wall with those really big leaps.
It is so frustrating. I think we all get caught in that trap. We believe success is just about, better tactics or more
A
hours.
sharper business plan?
Exactly, all the external stuff. But what if the missing piece wasn't another strategy, but an internal shift, a vibrational one?
Well, today, that is exactly what we are diving into. A revolutionary approach that's, well, it's ancient, really, but it's being validated in some incredible new ways.
And we should be really clear about where we're pulling this from.
Absolutely.
This deep dive is based entirely on the transformative content from the Haitham Soul channel, specifically their analysis, The Quantum Leap, Leveraging Spiritual Principles for Modern Goals in 2026.
That's the one. And our mission today is to really pull out the core insights here. We want to bridge that gap between, cutting-edge quantum physics and these ancient traditions.
Right.
The goal here is to give you an actual, functional, spiritual blueprint, to give you what feels like an unfair advantage for hitting those huge 2026 goals.
And that's really the intellectual heart of this material, isn't it? It shows how these principles that are often dismissed as, I don't know, soft or woo-woo, are actually the most cutting-edge tools we have.
Yeah, it reframes the whole thing.
It completely reframes spirituality, not as some belief system, but as a practical, high-performance operating system for creating your reality.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Section 1, the quantum shift. For so long, spirituality has been put in a box. It was seen as, like, escapism, right?
Exactly, something you do when you step away from the real world.
Yeah.
But this source material it challenges that from the get-go.
Sure.
It argues that we're moving into an era of manifestation where spirituality is the main tool, the practical tool.
So less of a philosophy and more of a mechanism for getting results.
A high-fidelity mechanism. And what's wild is how science is starting to back this up. The source points to discoveries in quantum physics.
You mean the idea that just by observing something, you change it?
Precisely that. And that is aligning more and more with these ancient spiritual ideas about how we create reality with our focused consciousness.
So where does this shift actually happen?
Well, the material anchors the entire process right inside your own mind. It says your brain is the battlefield where intention meets belief. That's the spot.
The meeting point between the inner and outer world.
That's it.
Okay, that feels like a big claim. Because we hear about positive thinking all the time. How is the neuroscience of this focused intention any different from just being optimistic?
It's a huge difference. Simple optimism is passive. It's wishing. Focused intention, as it's described here, is an active, structured signal you're sending out.
A signal.
Yeah, one with so much clarity and emotional energy that you literally start to reorganize the neural pathways in your brain. You're building the neurological architecture for the outcome.
Before the outcome even exists.
Exactly. That belief has to become the environment that the intention lives in. That's the prep work.
So it's not enough to just want the promotion.
Yeah.
You have to train your brain to hold that intention so vividly that it starts to treat it like it's already true.
You got it. And that preparation is the foundation for everything else, which brings us to goal setting 2.0.
Perfect. So section 2. We're moving beyond the traditional stuff here, the SMART goals, the 5-year plans, because according to this analysis, those things just aren't enough for a real quantum leap.
And a quantum leap in this context isn't just a metaphor for like a big step up.
Right.
It's a sudden, dramatic shift in your energetic state. It means you have to infuse your goals with this potent, clear intention. The source calls it the spiritual superpower of manifestation.
That clarity, that infusion of energy, that's the frequency shift we need for 2026.
It's mandatory.
Okay, so let's get practical. How do we do that? We have to talk about visualization, but not in the way people usually think about it.
Yes. This is where we have to draw a very clear line. This is not positive thinking. It is not daydreaming.
It's not just making a mental picture of a new car.
No, that's just a concept.
Yeah.
This is about deeply, deeply feeling the emotional reality of that success. It's an energetic simulation.
And that's the hard part, isn't it? If you're trying to visualize a huge financial win, but right now you're facing debt and stress, how do you generate that deep feeling when your current reality is screaming the opposite?
That is the critical pivot. The source says you have to access the feeling state of success, the joy, the relief, the confidence, until you become a vibrational match for it.
A vibrational match.
Yeah. If you're vibrating at the frequency of your current lack, you'll just attract more lack. You have to practice the high-frequency emotion of success first. You generate the internal signal first.
So the emotion isn't the result of the goal. It's the insight. It's the prerequisite for it.
Yeah, nailed it. Which leads us to the big technique here, the as-if principle.
Let's talk about that.
So by consistently practicing the state of already having what you want, by carrying that feeling of victory with you into every meeting, every conversation, right now, the source says you are literally collapsing the timeline.
Collapsing the timeline. Okay, that is a provocative phrase. What does that actually mean in, real-world terms for someone listening?
It means your current reality isn't fixed. It's just a temporary vibrational state. If you can adopt the energetic state of your future self, if you walk and talk and make decisions as if that money is already in the bank, your actions immediately align with that future. The universe has no choice but to respond to the signal you're putting out right now.
So it turns striving into being.
Yes. And that state change is the engine of the quantum leap.
Which brings us perfectly into Section 3, the strategic tools for actually tuning your frequency. We keep using that word frequency, so let's make that really clear.
Think of it like a radio. It's a great analogy. Manifestation is all about frequency. If your main signal, your dominant feeling, is tuned to lack,
Worry, scarcity.
all of it, then you are literally attracting experiences that resonate with that low frequency. You're stuck in a feedback loop until you manually change the dial.
So managing your emotional state isn't just like self-care, it's a core strategic move for high performance.
It's mission critical, absolutely. The source is specific. High-frequency states like joy and confidence are magnets for opportunity. They pull in the resources you need.
And the opposite is true. Fear, doubt,
Yeah.
they're like repellent.
A massive repellent. They push those same opportunities away. You have to treat your emotional landscape like it's the foundation of your strategic plan.
That makes so much sense. I mean, if you walk into a big pitch radiating doubt, the outcome is just going to be different than if you walk in with total confidence, even with the same presentation.
Worlds apart.
But how do we keep that frequency high when, life happens, stress hits?
And that's where gratitude comes in as the amplifier. It is an incredibly powerful tool for shifting your mindset back to abundance instantly.
Instantly.
By focusing on what you appreciate, even tiny things, you immediately signal to the universe that you're in a state of reception, of prosperity. It starts a feedback loop where you get more of what you're grateful for.
I always think of gratitude as the ultimate mindset hack. It makes you feel abundant now, which keeps that vibrational match we're talking about.
Exactly. And if gratitude is the amplifier, then you also need a clearing process. That's energetic decluttering.
Okay, what's that?
If you're carrying around these heavy limiting beliefs, the ones that I'm not good enough, I don't deserve the scripts,
Right.
you're basically creating low-frequency static that's scrambling your signal to the universe.
It's like trying to run a super fast program on a computer that's full of viruses.
Perfect analogy. You have to identify those beliefs and intentionally let them go. It's essential maintenance to clear the path. You can't collapse the timeline if you're standing on a foundation of self-doubt.
That really covers the mechanics of it. So for someone listening, the big question becomes Section 4. How do we actually fit this actionable spirituality into a crazy modern schedule? It can't feel like more homework.
And that's the key challenge the source really tackles. These ideas have to be functional. They have to integrate, not disrupt.
So what does that look like?
The source advocates for simple, powerful daily rituals. Maybe just 10 minutes in the morning of focused intention and gratitude. Little things that maintain your momentum and keep that high-frequency state dialed in.
Okay, and we have to talk about what feels like the hardest part for high achievers. The paradox of surrender.
Oh, this is a huge word.
Because we're used to white-knuckling everything,
Right.
controlling every outcome.
Yeah.
But this approach is different.
It is. It's this delicate balance. You have to understand the difference between execution and attachment. You push hard to set the intention, you take the inspired action, you do the work.
But then you let go.
You surrender the how and the when. You release that tight grip to allow for what this source calls co-creation with the divine flow. You have to trust that the universe will deliver the goal in the best way possible.
Which is often a way your own mind couldn't have even planned for.
Almost always.
So instead of forcing the key in the lock, you're just aligning the tumblers with your intention, and then you step back and let reality do the rest.
That's a fantastic way to put it. And the final piece of this is resilience through presence. Setbacks will happen, they're inevitable.
Of course.
But mindfulness, just being present, is the tool you use to navigate them without getting knocked off your vision. You see the temporary failure, but you don't become the failure. You can just instantly retune your frequency.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. What does this all really mean for the listener who's ready to tackle their biggest goals for 2026?
The synthesis is really clear. Inner transformation is the ultimate catalyst for any external success. Vibrational alignment isn't some mystical idea here. It's presented as a tangible, executable strategy for real-world victory.
A true spiritual blueprint for success.
Exactly.
This has been an incredibly deep dive. I mean, truly transformative stuff. And we really, really encourage you to go explore this work for yourself. The source for this whole conversation comes directly from the Haitham Soul channel.
Yes. For more of these insights and to really get the fine-tuned mechanics of the spiritual blueprint for modern success, you should visit the official blog. It's https://www.haithamsoul.online.
And subscribe to the Haitham Soul channel.
Absolutely.
A huge thank you again to Haitham Soul for putting this unique spiritual blueprint out there. It really shifts the entire conversation from just doing more to mastering the art of being more.
And as you think about this powerful idea that you can collapse the timeline just by practicing that as-if state, I'll leave you with the final thought to mull over. If that's true, what single limiting belief are you actively holding on to right now that's stopping you from stepping into that state of abundance immediately?